For today's workout, you will need an elevated surface, so you can use something like a chair or a couch, or I will be using entertainment system. The reason for that is your chair, you want something nice and stable, so you want it against a wall. And that won't work for today's video with demonstrating as well. And I do and am going to use my towel today. This is going to double as some padding for my also will double as a yoga strap for any kind of help to get into movements. So we're just going to wait a few minutes till other people get on for today's live class. Good morning, whoever just joined. Hello, hi Jean, good morning. I will say everything we need to know as soon as we get more people on. So thank you for joining today's class. Let me see if I can. All right, we got a couple people who are joining here with us this morning. If you just came on, please comment. We know you're here. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Jean. We got one more who's on. Maybe it's Adam still having trouble. We're going to give a few minutes. If you want to, for today's stretch and flow, if you need to move anything or get anything, good morning, Michelle. I have my chair here as an elevated surface as options, but I am, for today's practice, going to use my entertainment system just because it's a little bit more stable. Good morning, Adam. And I do have a towel for some padding on these elevated surfaces. You can use a couch. You can use, good morning, Tracy. I'll say the spiel again in a minute. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. How are we feeling? When you check in, please comment, say how you're feeling. Where's really tight? I have a focus for today's practice, but if there's anything else for today, I can kind of try and squeeze it in. Today's practice will be focusing more on our hips down, our lower body. So if have been running or doing some of our workouts, maybe we're tight in the hips. Last stretch and flow, we focused on our shoulders and neck a little bit more. So today we're going to definitely get a little bit deeper with some different movements than we've maybe seen before in our hips and legs and all of that good stuff for our lower body. So comment below if you want to share with us. If not, I'm going to start my spiel again. All right, so you will want an elevated surface for today's practice. If you are using something as a chair, make sure it's up against a wall. So I will not be using that for today. Let's see what we got. All right, morning, Adam. Still glutes for Monday. Yep, we'll get to those. So you want an elevated surface. My chair either is going to be up against the wall. If not, that's okay. You can use the couch as well for something a little bit softer. I'm going to use my entertainment system, nice and sturdy for today's practice. And I also have my towel just for some padding and to also double as a yoga strap if I need. All right, we got a few more comments here. Jean, I'm all good, but my hamstrings are tight. Yes. So I'm feeling the way you guys are feeling because I've been doing the workouts you're doing. So I understand. We are going to attack those lower body muscles. So, all right, we are going to start. I'm just going to push this out of the way. If you have a mat or that you usually use for today's practice, you can use that and step on it. Make sure I'm still in the shot here as I move forward. All right, so we are just going to warm up our hips a little bit, our legs, our hamstrings with a nice easy flow. So there's a little bit of a balance here. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to, or if we're mirrored, that's fine. We're going to open up, like we're opening up the hip in, I forget what it's called, like a little bit of a hurdle. So we're getting a hurdle, open up across and down. We're going to do our other leg, hurdle it open. So we have a nice wide stance. We're going to go down into the bottom of a squat. So squat here might feel a little weird. Drive those knees out, even if you have to use the help of your elbows. And then we're going to plant those hands down, lift the hips to the sky, let the head hang. You can shake back and forth and stand. We're going to do it again. So if you were just watching, we're going to do it again. So we're going to hurdle one leg up and open, other leg up and open. Nice wide stance. Squat. Elbows pressing those knees open, that chest up, nice and deep. Plant those hands on the ground, send those hips to the sky. Shake it out and stand. All right, we're going to do 2 more times. Hips all the way up and open, hurdling, bottom of a squat. Open up those knees. We're in this nice sumo squat position. Rock back and forth if you want or need. Hands plant down, hips up to the sky. And again, you can shake side to side and stand. One more time. Hips open, down in the squat. Again, hips open. Plant the hands to the ground, hips to the sky. And stand. You might already be getting a little bit deeper into these movements, and that's great. If you want, while we're here, I'm just kind of shaking back and forth, opening up and working on that inner thigh here. Both knees are straight, and I'm just simply stretching and pivoting my hip over the one leg as much as possible. But you might be feeling it just by doing those hurdles. It's amazing. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer. We're going to come to our mat. Back. If you aren't on your mat. We're going to keep those feet nice and wide. We're going to keep rocking side to side. But we're going to bend the knee a little bit more into that side shuffle. Not side shuffle. You know what I mean. All right, so we're going to bend the knee. We're going to continue to just get a little deeper in these side or lateral squats, lateral lunges, lateral squats. All right. Get a little bit deeper and deeper as we go. Good. We're going to stay here once you get deeper. Try and plant the hands down to the ground for stability. And we're going to walk it across, get those hips down even lower. Walk it across again. Hips lower. Maybe we sit into that heel. All right. Walk across, sit down into that heel. One more time each side. Just like that. Across again. Good. We're going to go back to the beginning. We're going to hold here. So if your heel comes up, that's okay for right now. You're going to stretch out. We're going to take our nice long leg and we're going to flip the toes to the sky. Sit in a little deeper. You might feel the stretch a little bit different. And if you can, nice little yoga pose kind of helps us get into this position, opening up that chest. Foot comes back down. Flowing to the other side again. Again, we're going to stay nice and stable here. So if you need to straddle that front foot with your hands, that's okay. Bringing those toes to the sky. Feeling the stretch just a little bit different. Foot comes back down. Back to center. And we're just going to fold here. So if you feel like you're not super stable, just kick those heels out just a little bit. So 45-degree angle of our toes coming in. We're just going to fold here. Shake it out. Relax the head. And fold to the ground. Hands should be able to come to the ground. If not, you have a block or something stable to use your different tools for each class. And we're going to slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae up to standing. Good. Now we're going to come to the ground. We started up top. We're going to come to the ground, kneeling on our mat, nice long ways. And we're going to bring our left foot forward. Our right knee is tucked underneath our hip. And we're going to tuck that tailbone under, squeeze that glute as we gently rock. That's the word I was looking for. Rock forward into that front foot. Again, I'm keeping that front heel down. So if you find that you are rocking forward and on those toes, kick that foot forward a little more. And we're just going to keep rocking nice and gently, pressing back. Keep those glutes engaged as we rock. And we're just going to get a little bit deeper each time. So continuously to move and go through this rock. And as soon as we should all be getting there, we get to our end position where we're feeling a good mild discomfort, we're going to just hold here. Have my hands on my thighs to open up my chest a little bit more. We're going to take deep breaths as always. Opening up that back hip. Maybe even are feeling it in this back of this hamstring. Pressing the back tops of the toes in the ground. Opening up even more. Allow everything to open. Nice and gentle. Do not force anything in any position. And we're going to take our right hand. We're going to lift it high to the sky. Keep everything the same. We're just lifting the arm up to the sky. You can gaze up to the sky and follow that hand. Good. And come back down. Hands to our mat. Straddling that front foot. We're going to send our hips back. I like to tuck my toe. We're going to straighten that front leg. If you'd like, and if you can't straighten that front leg without compromising the hips turning one way, that's okay. Keep it bent. You're still going to get the stretch. Bring the toes forward and fold over that front leg, which should be our left. Breathe nice and deep. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. And then you're going to rebend and switch legs. So now my right foot is forward. My left knee is tucked under my hip. I'm going to tuck that tailbone under. So I squeeze those glutes and I get to open up that back hip even more. When we don't have our hips engaged, we're not opening up that back hip and getting that muscle, really engaged here. Our hips cause a lot for that lower back if there's tightness around that waistband. And you can find it in all different areas. So we're just going to tuck it. Again, we're going to rock forward and backward into that front leg. Nice and gentle. Hold it for about a second before you move back. Or even less. We're just getting deeper and deeper into each rock. Squeezing and thinking about keeping that back hip open as we squeeze our muscles, opening up that back hip. 2 more, and then we're going to hold. Last one. Hold. Hands can come to your thighs if you want. If you have a block to help with balance. Just going to open up that chest. Again, engage those glutes and the back muscles. All of our leg muscles are engaged here. Do not push yourself too far to too much discomfort. We're going to raise our right arm all the way up to the sky. Deep breaths. You can follow the gaze to the sky if you'd like and you have the balance. And then hands come down to the ground, straddling that front foot. Hips go back. Bring the toes up. And again, that's okay if your knee or leg does not lock out. We are simply making sure that our body is square as we stretch that front leg. All right. So folding over, deep breaths here. Whew. 2 more breaths. Then when you're done, rebend into that front knee. And we're going to keep our hands planted. Send our foot back so we're in this nice high plank. And we're going to walk our hands to our feet, flowing through downward facing dog. All right, get those heels down. Nice stretch in the hamstrings. We're going to fold here and let it hang. So now we're just in our ragdoll position. You can rock back and forth. Let it hang. Feel where your tightness is. Listen to your body. You need to rebend the knees a little bit more. You can get a little bit deeper. Maybe stretching that lower back a little bit more by folding and softening the knees even more. You can play with pedaling out those feet. And we're going to roll vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up into tall mountain pose. And fold again. Folding over our feet. Again, you can bend those knees. We're going to shift to the left side of our body. Flow through, shift to the right side of our body. Back to center. And we're going to get a good little hamstring stretch here. So again, if you don't have your knees straight, that's okay. If you can, that's great. We're just going to pedal out those feet. And you can either grab 2 fingers to the big toe and hold them here, or you can bring your whole palm if you have the mobility, or capability to bring your whole palm and press on it with your tops of your feet. We're going to get down nice and low. We're going to pull, straightening those legs. We're going to pull those arms, pressing. So our head or nose is going towards those shins. And we're going to release. Soften those knees again. Tall mountain pose. And fold. And we're going to walk out to a high plank. Make sure you stay with me. So walk out to a high plank. We're going to take our right foot outside of our right hand. All right? We're going to take our right arm, and we're going to sweep it up and over, gazing at the back of our mat. Back forward. Good. Again, get those hips nice and low. Get a little bit deeper. Sweep open to the back of our mat and forward. And sweep back and sweep forward. Plant the hands. We're going to go back to a high plank. Left foot in front. Stay nice and high and nice and deep in this high plank or runner's lunge. We're going to take our left arm, sweep it open to the back of our mat and forward. Again, sweep open to the back of our mat. Forward. One more time. And switch again. You got this. Stay with it. We're going to take our right elbow to our right instep. Reach down nice and low and sweep to the side of our body to the right. Again, elbow to instep. Right elbow, right instep. We're going to sweep to the right side of the body. And again, one more time. And switch. Stay with me. You can do it. Right, left elbow to the left instep. Reach down low. Keep that back knee straight. And sweep or open up to the left side of the body. 2 more. Last one. And knee comes down. Sit back up. Stretch it out. You might need to give a nice relax for those quads. Oh, we got time. We're good. All right. We're going to go and into our half kneeling. So I'm going to bring my left leg forward. My right leg is back. My knees and leg is on the ground. Make sure you have a nice soft position or soft surface. If not, use your towel. Opening up nice and forward here. We're going to keep our hands down on the ground. And I want to make sure I'm showing you guys correctly. Yeah, we'll be good. All right. I'm going to just flip over this way. So, left foot is forward. We're going to straighten that back knee, opening up that back hip nice and wide. And we're going to plant our hands on the inside of our foot. So we're getting nice and low. We're going to press that front knee, let it hang out if you'd like. Totally okay. And this is where you might want to use your straps. If you don't have it, you can get it now. opening up. We're going to plant that right hand. Again, if you need to open up or changing position, for me, I would like to go a little bit further. So I'm going to take my left hand, sweep it on back to my back mat, and you can stay here, if you'd like. You can stay here, opening up, pressing the tops of the toes into the mat, opening up the hips. Or if you'd like, reaching towards and grabbing the back foot. All right, keeping nice and open. Again, letting that left knee fly out. And we're just trying to twist and get our gaze to the back of our mat. Nice, good little twist here. Opening up that hip even more, leaning forward. Pressing that knee nice and gently, pressing that foot closer to the body. Again, always deep breaths. All right, gently let go of the toes, come forward, both hands down, walk it up, and we're gonna switch sides. I feel like I didn't explain that too well. All right, right leg is forward, back knee. We're going to hands come to our front of our inside of our foot, straightening that back knee nice and long. You can plant our hands down. I like to take my left hand a little bit further forward, my opposite hand. As I take my right, sweep it on back. Again, the front knee can drive out, sweep it on back, and bring those hands nice and focused towards the back of your mat. If you would like, we're going to take hold of that back foot. And we're going to open up, twist open. So we're really opening up this bottom hip even more sideways to the ground. We're getting a little bit of a quad engagement here. Deep breath through that belly button. Opening up those hips that might be tight. And we're going to release. All right. Nice and gentle. So that is some of our movements there. We're going to get a little bit deeper. So hopefully we're feeling a little bit warm. And that's where our chair comes in. Again, you can use your towel for some padding here if you'd like. I'm not going to use it just yet. I'm going to show you on the chair before I move on over to the entertainment system. But we're going to start with our left foot forward. We're going to use my left foot forward so you can see what's happening. My hands are going to hold onto this object as I kick my back leg back so it's nice and straight. All right, so I'm leaning forward, my whole foot is flat on the surface. I'm just going to bend my back knee to open up my chest a little bit more. We're going to go deeper into this stretch. Okay, so I'm sitting into it and letting gravity pull me down. So you might feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring of your front leg. And you should feel it here. Again, holding on for balance. I guess I can stay here a little bit. Opening up if you'd like and have the balance. You can open up and stretch high to the sky. Again, let the gravity pull you to the ground. All right. And we're going to switch. Right foot up. Again, I'm holding on for balance, kicking my back leg back, dropping that knee, letting gravity pull me down as my foot is elevated on the surface. And if you'd like, and you can reach up high to the sky. All the glutes are engaged, all of our muscles are engaged here. Just opening up nice and deep to those hips. Good. And open and switch. Again, we're going to do it again. This time, when you raise that arm, getting nice and deep, let gravity take. When you raise that arm, I want you to bend slightly over past that left side. So I'm trying not to bend over this way, trying to keep it nice and stacked as I open up that entire right side of my body. And come back. Again, we're going to open up, let gravity pull us down, reaching towards the left, One more time. And switch. All right, kick that back leg back. Gravity, pull us down. Open up high to the sky. Make sure you're nice and balanced. To the right. Again. Gentle stretching into it and out of each position. And come on back. For our last movement, we are going to do our pigeon position. So if you want to pad up your surface a little bit, I'm going to use this entertainment system for this one, just so I have a nice stable position to bring my body on. So I'm going to take my one leg, foot up and across, and bring my knee down. I'm going to again scooch my back leg back, going to the edge here, and then I'm going to gently bend the knee and let gravity pull me down to get deeper into this hip and this stretch. Again, you want your knee not to be super far forward. Try and keep it as square as possible. And then this is an easy way to see if our hips are square and to play with it. So we can, I'm opening up to you guys a little bit more. I want to make sure my hips are both facing the midpoint of my lower leg. I'm going to square my body a little bit more, and then I'm going to drop my back knee a little bit to get deeper into that hip. And you can play with moving your hips a little left or a little right and see where you feel tight. This is a time to explore when you're in these positions. It's easier for me to say move left, right, and this is where you should be. Sometimes you just have to explore a little bit, those gentle movements to find what position it is for you. Come on out. We're going to get our other leg up, drop that knee, take our back leg forward. So when we drop that knee down, we have some place, some space for it to go. Right? You can sit up nice and tall and then drop into that hip. Again, shift and play with that knee in that hip position, shifting left or right. Get a little bit deeper. If you want, you can go back to the first one. You can fold forward if you have space. Your hip of the one is not as tight as the other. This is a great way. You can play with different elevated surfaces as well. So the chair wasn't as high as maybe this system would be. So even if I were to go back to my original one, you might find something a little bit different. Get a little bit deeper. Coming on up. Bringing that foot down. So again, if you have a different elevated surface that's a little bit higher, you can play with different angles. So I can get a little bit more forward, and this is going to target, where my knee is over my toe, my heel is down. I'm going to target that lower ankle and that Achilles tendon. Spreading my toes, rock a little bit side to side. If I sit back, I can feel it in my hamstrings. My hamstrings that tight. And if I twist open to the side, I'm going to feel it in my IT band and my outer hip. All right? So you can work on these different positions as well to get more into them. So you're welcome to go through and try any of these positions again. And get a little bit deeper. And again, listen to your body, do what feels right. And thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed today's stretch. And yeah, get ready for tomorrow.